Hi, welcome to another edition of Mark and Melody in the Kitchen, and today we are cooking up something hot. Smells good already. What are we doing?
Corn chowder.
I love corn.
You remember that corn that we did, that big bushel?
Yes.
We were up to our ears in corn.
Up to our ears in corn.
So what we did was we took all those cores, the cobs, after we cut all the corn off of it, and I brought that in, boiled it, and just reduced it, made a stock out of it. So that's what you've got there as part of the stock.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it really smells good. I can smell the corn.
And then I want to do some celery.
Love celery.
The neatest part about getting a new stock of celery is to do it this way because...
Do you want me to start?
Yes, I want everything in there. But I like having the greens and everything.
I do too,
and
Mark.
then I save this for my stocks and things like that. So
I'm just like you. I'm going to
really
steal
good.
his knife real quick here. All right.
And of course some potatoes.
Taters.
And you can cut these any way you want, but
You know, potatoes are a complete food.
they are.
Do you know you can live on a potato? If that's all the food you ever had to eat, you could survive on a potato because the man in Idaho did that from the Idaho Potato Company. Although there are some side effects to it, and it's weight loss, lower cholesterol.
I've
I
heard
go
about
on and
that.
on?
I've
Yeah.
heard about that.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah,
I read the story
you can lose a
on
lot
it.
of weight. Starch.
Starch.
Once again, the starch solution.
By Dr. John McDougall. Wonderful book. Love it.
Can't believe how many people out there are just so mesmerized by this stay off starches, stay off carbs and things like this, when that's what you should be eating the most of.
And you know, there are bad carbs and good carbs. And your complex carbohydrates are the starches in your carbohydrates in their natural form. But when you take a potato and make potato chips or French fries, then you have a refined carbohydrate, simple carb is what they call them, and that's what you want to stay away from.
Yeah, people got to understand the differences there. Easy way to cut an onion.
Yes. So we would need, what, about 3 more
you go.
big potatoes?
You want more potatoes?
I love potatoes, yes.
Okay, I can do that.
Of course, that's probably about half the onion I like.
Oh, really?
I'm the onion queen. I love onions. No, that's good. That's good, but I love more potatoes.
You want more potato though? Found a little piece there. How about that?
I love
Is that
it.
gonna be enough or want more?
Let me try it here. I'll let you look at it and see what you think.
Sometimes when you're doing stuff like this, you just create.
That's
Just
right.
bring all the ingredients together, throw them in the pot.
You know, you might be somebody who likes less potatoes and you like more onion, or you don't want any bell pepper, you want carrots or something. There's no right or wrong way, is there, Mark?
You
It's
know,
just
the
the way you
interest-
like it. What
the
do you think
interesting
there
part
now?
is-
I like that.
The interesting part is kind of in the olden days,
Yes?
they didn't go by recipes. Or
No,
they just threw
they
the
did.
stuff in the pot, tried to get some flavor out of it.
Whatever
And
worked.
Especially with things that were so limited. We're kind of spoiled in America, but
We are.
a lot of countries would be like, whoa. You know. So what do you think?
I think it's good because we're going to add some corn, aren't we?
And some of the McKay's chicken style seasoning will work pretty good
All right.
in there. But that's it. So all we've got in there, we've got a little we've got a little bit of the stock pot. But if you don't have that, you can just use water. And then we've added potatoes, red pepper, celery, and onion.
I'll let you open that.
So real easy ingredient list there, isn't it? And we'll put a little bit of this in here, which you don't even need this. But this will give us the sodium and
So we don't even have to add it. If you want pepper, white pepper, black pepper, you could add that as well. And we're going to
Right.
let this simmer for a while.
About a half hour, and then we'll come back and thicken it up, be ready to serve.
All right, we'll see you in just a few minutes. then.
Yes.
Well, we're back in the kitchen, Mark. How long did it actually take you to cook your soup here?
20 minutes. I had a lid on it, but cooks a little
Okay.
quicker, just
So
like a pressure
it does
cooker.
like a pressure cooker. It steams
Yeah.
it there really well. Wow, it looks good. It really, wish we had smell-o-vision. It really smells so good.
Yeah, can you see all the colors though? They're
I
just
can.
bursting.
Look how beautiful it is.
That's why I don't like overcooking.
I don't either.
The
I don't
the
either.
chowders.
If I'm going to have to, hopefully by the age of 100, I'll have smooth food. But up until then, maybe even a little bit more, I want to chew my food.
Yeah. Make sure you have
I
all
still
your
have
teeth.
all my original teeth.
Amen. Now, Melody made this. This is actually some cashews and water. Did you just do her?
I did a little. I used some stock.
Okay.
So I like the stock better. So we could have used water. It doesn't
And
matter.
blended cashews.
And I blended
just
the
as
cashew.
you're thickening. It's going to bring color to it, a little bit of flavor, because you're going to get some oil out of the cashews. use
Right.
cashews. Yeah.
And it'll be so rich. And what I like to do, Mark, is
I'd crank that on high too if you want.
I will. I'm going to turn it back up. But a lot of times when you put raw cashews into soup that's already hot, I turn the heat off of it completely so it doesn't curdle.
Oh, okay.
That can happen. It makes like a curdling action. See, this is already thickened up a little bit.
That's why you stir it in while you're.
That's why I stir it in. Now, this is a little thin for me still already, and I don't want you to worry about, oh, it's too thin. What am I going to do to thicken it up? What do you use, Mark? A crinkly bag.
I have. This is my secret ingredient. I've used it commercially in kitchens for years. We're
That's
just
right.
talking dry potato flakes, and it's 100% pure potatoes.
That's it.
Nothing else to it.
Not the instant mashed potatoes. These are just dried potato flakes. Like you, I use Bob's Red Mill. It's the best out there. And we're just going to stir some of these in.
Yeah. It is an instant mashed potato.
It is.
But a lot of the ones you'll see in the grocery stores have all these chemicals and fillers and additives
Dairy.
to it. Even the good ones that we used to buy
Yes.
have now been all changed. The label,
awful.
everything has been changed, and but once in a while you'll still find the good ones out there.
Now I can feel this thickening up as I stir it. Stir or steer. Depends on what part of the country you're from, huh?
Tomato or tomato?
Tomato. You know, I grew up in
Need some more?
Texas for years, and so I have these crazy little sayings, and Mark's all the time laughing at me because I'll say something, just some off the
Yeah,
wall
just
thing.
like a one-eyed something from the cactus of.
Oh, well, just dip me in butter.
A little more,
Yes. Good.
and which adds to the potato flavor.
Yes.
But look
the
at the
corn,
creaminess.
And you're still going to have the corn flavor in here because our corn was our broth.
Yeah.
And we have corn in there, and they can put more corn if they want to. Now, back in the old days, before my plant-based days, when I was very overweight and I was very unhealthy, there would have been butter, there would have been cheese, there would have been cream. But you know what, Mark? This tastes delicious. I love the way we
Still
eat
need a little
them.
bit more?
I think we're good. Don't you think? Look at that. Look how thick it's getting. Do you want more?
Yeah.
I know he's going to.
I just like
I
mine.
shouldn't have even asked.
I just like mine thick.
That's
thick and
okay.
hearty.
Thick and hearty.
Yeah. And by the way, without the cream and without the cashews thickening this up, you would just have a potato soup.
A potato corn chowder.
Rather than a chowder, it's a soup. So all we
Right.
do is you thicken
Oh,
it
I
up
see
and
what
it
you're
turns it
saying.
into a chowder.
Right, and if you're watching fats and you're like, I really don't want to use cashews because I'm watching my fats. Now, we know the difference between essential fats and non-essential fats, which cashews are an essential. You can even use brown rice and cream brown rice. The potatoes, just use the potatoes by themselves. So there are alternatives to that.
And of course, I left the skins on these.
I do too. I do not peel my potatoes.
Now, if you want the color, some people are looking for that visual perfection, and they don't like those skins in there, but the skins really give it a nice flavor.
There is so many phytochemicals, so many nutrients in the skin. I mean, that's where the skin of your food, that's where most of your vitamins are. Oh, yummy. Now, this is mine.
Well, I just thought this is kind of a nice little crock to
By
present
Crocky.
it. Yeah, to present it in. And I think that's a nice visual way to do that, don't you?
I do. I'm jumping
Oh, and
the
you
gun
already
for
got
it.
the towel to wipe that off.
Yeah, it's all about visual to me.
Yeah, and that's a big habit of mine when you're chefing out there before a plate ever goes up. Or you can just do the little cup like this. And but look at those colors. I just
my.
love the colors in here. So you would do a plate like this, but I want to share with you a little something here to give you another perspective on this. Would be to put a little bread with it, right? Like that. And then what I saved when we did those, all that shucking,
All the shucking.
you just save some of this and then just
Oh,
put it
how
on the plate.
beautiful.
And doesn't that just kind of,
I love that, Mark.
it sets it off and really sets the tone for the food.
Now, could you not cut grill that on both sides and put like croutons over the top of it, even kind of stir that in. I was all about bread, trust me, and put that into your soup as well.
Oh,
Top
sure.
it.
There's a dozen different things you could do with this all the way around, but really, this is the basics.
This is the
You
basics.
can run with it in different ways and accompany it with lots of different things, but I think that's a good presentation just to save some
Wow.
of those.
Wow.
You
How
could let these
awesome.
dry too and just reuse them over and over. You
Sure
could
you
have a
can.
bag of them.
Sure you can.
We've scattered tables with them just as a,
A fall presentation.
right?
That
so
looks beautiful.
that easy.
It's wonderful. I'm
There you
sure
go.
it tastes wonderful. I will be trying this real quick.
Hey, we'll see you next time in the kitchen.
Thanks.